This is Radio Nepal. I'm Kaushal Ghimire with the news. The headlines first. Deputy Prime Minister Naran Kazi Shrestha says the government's anti-corruption campaign will continue in full force. Energy Minister Shakti Bahadur Basnet inaugurates 51 high-speed charging stations built by the Nepal Electricity Authority. US and Nepal to conduct 40th joint military training starting 10th of September. And deadly explosion in Ukraine's Kostantinivka kills 17. Now the news in detail. Minister for Energy, Water Resources and Irrigation Shakti Bahadur Basnet has inaugurated 51 high-speed charging stations built by the Nepal Electricity Authority at various locations in the country. Minister Basnet and Secretary Dinesh Kumar Ghimire jointly inaugurated the fast-charging station established at Nepal Police Club Prikudi Mandap in Kathmandu yesterday. The Nepal Electricity Authority has established 51 charging stations for fast charging of electric vehicles in major highways, bus parks, and large cities of the 7 provinces. The electric vehicle charging infrastructure was developed with the investment of the Nepal Electricity Authority and the concessional loan from the Asian Development Bank and the technical assistance of the Norwegian government. Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Naran Kazi Shrestha has said the government's anti-corruption campaign will continue. Addressing the 13th anniversary of the community radio Mari Today in Chitwan yesterday, Deputy Prime Minister Shrestha said all intellectuals and civil society had supported the government's anti-corruption campaign. He also pledged to book those involved in public land grab and fake Bhutanese refugee scams and gold smuggling. The Nepali Congress has condemned the physical attack on Joint General Secretary of the party, Mahendra Yadav. Issuing a statement yesterday, Chief Secretary at the Nepali Congress, Krishna Prasad Paudel, condemned the incident. Leader Yadav was attacked when he was exiting from a program organized at Reporters Club in Kathmandu. He is now undergoing treatment at Trauma Center in Kathmandu. His condition is said to be stable. The Nepali Congress has demanded the government carry out investigation into the case and take stern action against those involved in the incident. Minister for Foreign Affairs Narayan Prakash Shaud has said the Kimanthangka transit point will be brought into operation soon. Talking to journalists at Tumlingtar Airport in Sangkhwa Sabha yesterday, Minister South said the transit points on the Nepal-China border in the northern region of the district would be reopened. According to him, the transit would be upgraded and reopened soon as the Chinese government was also positive on opening the transit point. He shared that the opening of the transit point was included in the agenda during the visit of Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda to China to take place on the 23rd of September. China closed the transit point in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. The National Examination Board has revised the schedule of Class 12 grade improvement exams. It is said the schedule was changed due to a special reason. Earlier, the exams were slated for 23rd and 24th of September. The exams have been rescheduled to take place on the 26th and 27th of September. Issuing a notice yesterday, the board said the exam will start at 11 a.m. and conclude at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. The United States Army and the Nepal Army are set to commence their 40th Joint Combined Exchange Training on the 10th of September, according to the Nepal Army Directorate of Military Public Relations and Information. The joint exercise taking place in Kathmandu Valley will run until September 29. The training will involve a total of 42 personnel comprising 12 members of the U.S. Army and 30 from the Nepal Army. The focus of the training will be on sharing experiences and information related to disaster management, search and rescue, and humanitarian aid. This is part of Nepal Army's ongoing commitment to participate in joint training and exercises with various countries. The Nepal Stock Exchange Limited has given shares trading membership to 11 more traders. These traders have been permitted by the stock exchange as shares brokers. The new member companies are Garima Securities Limited, Pahi Investment Private Limited, Indira Securities Private Limited, Akash Bhairav Securities Limited, NMB Securities Limited, and Sanima Securities Limited. Similarly, Milky Way Share Broker Company Limited, Capital Hub Private Limited, Stock Cards Securities Limited, SPSA Securities Limited, and Blue Chip Securities Limited have received the license to trade in shares. With this, a total of 67 companies are now working as licensed share brokers. You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. Time for a short break now.
भाउजू दर्शन
भाग्यमानी बाबु राम्ररी आइपुग्नु भयो नि
हजुर राम्ररी पुगे उ चाहिँ मेरो कलेजको बेस्ट फ्रेन्ड
नमस्ते भाउजू
नमस्ते आउनु न भित्रै
हुन्छ भाउजू
अनि दादा त अफिस गइसक्नु भयो होला है
उहाँ त बिहानै हो हुन्छ तपाईहरु फ्रेस हुँदै गर्नु न म खाना तयार गर्दै गर्छु है
हस् हस् भाउजू
ओए वाइफाई होला नि पासवर्ड माग्न
हे त पनि एनटीसी को सस्तो डे प्याक छदैछ नि
ए हो र
एनटीसी को डे प्याक लिन *1415# डायल गर्न
Nepal Telecom राष्ट्रको संचार.
You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. On to some international updates now. At least 17 people, including a child, were killed in an explosion at a busy market in the city of Konstantinov in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the explosion in Konstantinov, calling it a planned attack by Russia on the public. More than 33 people were injured in the explosion, according to the BBC. The city, which lies in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region, was considered peaceful until recently, despite being close to the front line. Russia has not yet responded to the attack. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has warned climate breakdown has begun. His remarks came after the World Meteorological Organization, WMO, reported that the world went through its hottest northern hemisphere summer on record. The WMO, citing data from the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service, said that last month was the hottest August on record by a large margin and the second hottest ever month after July 2023. August is estimated to have been about 1.5 degrees Celsius warmer than the pre-industrial average. It also saw the highest global monthly average sea surface temperature on record, that is nearly 21 degrees Celsius. 2023 is the second hottest year on record behind 2016. Scientists blame ever-warming human-caused climate change on the burning of coal, oil and natural gas with an extra push from a natural phenomenon, El Niño. Scientists have used tree rings, ice cores and other proxies to estimate that temperatures are now warmer than they have been in about 120,000 years. Now the general weather forecast for the country for today. According to the Meteorological Forecasting Division, the weather will be partly to generally cloudy throughout the country. Light to moderate rain with thunder and lightning is likely to occur at a few places of Kosi Province, Madhya Province and Gandaki Province, and at 1 or 2 places of the rest of the country. With this, we have almost come to the end of this news bulletin. But before wrapping up, let's have a reminder of the headlines once again. Deputy Prime Minister Narayan Kaji Shrestha says the government's anti-corruption campaign will continue in full force. Energy Minister Sakti Bahadur Basnet inaugurates 51 high-speed charging stations built by the Nepal Electricity Authority. U.S. and Nepal to conduct 14th joint military training starting 10th of September. And deadly explosion in Ukraine's Konstantinivka kills at least 17. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin. Our next bulletin in English will be at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website, www.onlineradionepal.gov.np. Keep listening to Radio Nepal and have a good day.